So what do you have to say for the happy trans community who has benefited from these procedures? That's my question.
I guess what I have
to
say is that your entire question is built on a whole stack of false premises that you can't begin to even remotely defend. So it's a faulty question from the start. I reject your premise. I absolutely reject that there are any kids who need to be chemically castrated in order to be happy.
Okay, let's...
I reject that.
Oh, yeah? If I'm not having my period, then why am I drinking herbal tea from a large earthenware mug with no handle on it?
Stewie, trust me, boys can't get periods.
Brian, it's 2022. There's no such thing as a boy anymore, or a girl. Just a vast sea of chubby theys and thems, so coddled by their sanctimonious woke parents who think activism is virtue signaling on Instagram.
Whatever team you love, I love too. Okay.
Oh. Maybe you are having your period.
Well, howdy folks, it's your friendly neighborhood watchman, here with you again to talk to you about Matt Walsh, who has been on fire recently. And in this video, we'll be watching and talking about how Matt takes down this delusional, better male, wannabe woman. Roll that videotape.
How would you define a woman? Because you've asked other people up here to define how we would define a woman. How would you define a woman, Mr.
Opposite
Walsh?
of you.
An adult human female.
And how don't trans people, how doesn't a transgender woman fit that definition?
Well, gee.
Because they're not.
I wonder why.
They're not female. They have. You said that you are a biological male, correct?
I said I'm transgender. I might be intersex for all we know.
XY chromosome.
Almost as many people in the world are transgender as intersex, and a lot of people don't know.
Well, but that's a different conversation. Intersex, that's a genetic anomaly, that's a medical condition. So that's a completely different conversation. That's also not that's not a third gender. That's just that's a genetic anomaly that occurs within the sex binary of male and female. So what you're saying is that a quote-unquote trans woman is a female?
By the definitions I'm familiar with, yes.
You're wrong.
So how would you define female?
Through my training in healthcare, there are several different categories for how we define sex. People bring up chromosomes. People also bring up hormone levels.
Guilty.
People bring up all sorts of other categories. Lots of people don't fit neatly into a gender binary, even people we don't consider to be intersex. It's a complicated spectrum.
No, it's not. You wanted to be.
It's not complicated, but you also didn't define. So what is a woman? What is a female? What do these words mean?
It's complicated, and I know you're not going to like that answer, but that's because there are no simple answers in human biology.
Let me ask you a question.
You guys,
Can I ask you one last question?
just let me finish. You guys like to bring up high school level biology classes a lot. I get that a lot, but people who go on to more complicated biology classes will talk about sex as a spectrum.
Because they're leftists.
It's not.
Well, biological researchers would disagree with you.
Idiot.
Well, they're full of the ones that would say that. There are male gametes and female gametes. Oh, I had one last question. I just had one. I had one quick. Can you come back for 1 second? Because this is an important question. You said you're an EMT.
Yes.
Okay. If you're responding to a health emergency. Biological male, somebody with a penis, is having a medical emergency, and they say to you, "I think I'm having a miscarriage." Would you check them to see if they're having a miscarriage? Would you consider that a possibility for them?
Duh. Look. You want to incriminate yourself.
No, but That's because some people don't have body parts. Doesn't mean they're not a woman.
Okay. Sounds like we've established there are some people who, in principle, can get pregnant, and there are some people who can't. So there's two categories, otherwise known as binary.
Lots of women can't get pregnant either.
Yeah, but they're still of the nature to get pregnant. The only
But
reason
they can't get pregnant.
Yes, but
truth matters, right?
You think you made a
it
good
does.
point?
That's what I'm
You
trying to
did.
explain to you.
Truth matters, and they can't
Okay,
get pregnant. That's the truth. So how are they still women?
Okay, time out.
Because
So he thinks he made a great point. Truth matters. Got a little grin. So in his warped way of thinking, cause a real woman, a biological woman, cannot get pregnant for whatever reason. She was born that way, got ill, had to remove ovary, hysterectomy, etc. That now makes her not a female, or that makes her equal to a trans female. There's no difference. There's no discernment between the two. It's just stupid. It's preposterous. It's illogical and delusional. A woman, whether she can have children or not, does not make her less of a female. She is still biologically a female. Chromosomes, DNA, everything. This guy.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
And people like him will like to pretend that doesn't exist because it's an obstacle in their delusion, which will go away and disappear and be made null and void, which it can't be. Try as you might, but I digress. Back to the video.
for the same reason that I can rightly say that human beings have two legs, and if a person is born with only one leg, that doesn't call into question the statement that human beings have two legs, okay? A person being born with one leg doesn't mean that now legs are on a spectrum and we can't say
Great point.
we can't say anything at all about how many legs a person has. Who knows? They could be a centipede. They could have 100 legs. No, we know human beings have two legs. If a human is born without two legs, something went wrong. They were supposed to have that second leg. Something went wrong. If you meet a person on the street who only has one leg, maybe they had an accident. Maybe they were in war. Maybe something, maybe they were in a car accident. Maybe they had cancer. A leg was cut off. But you know that something went wrong because by their nature, they're supposed to have two legs. Same thing for a woman. A woman by her nature can get pregnant. A man by his nature never can.
Exactly.
So if you meet a woman of childbearing age, say she's 28 years old, and she can't get pregnant, you know automatically that something has gone wrong. And she can go to the doctor and find out what that thing is, even if they can't fix it. So that proves that women by their nature can get pregnant, because the simple fact that she can't shows you that there's something wrong. This is what is known as the exception that proves the rule. Whereas if a male with a penis can't get pregnant, no doctor on earth is going to run tests to see what's wrong with him. Because they already know it's that he's a male, and there's only male and female, those who can get pregnant and those who can't.
Touche.
So,
Put a fork in it. He answered it perfectly. Bravo, Matt. Bravo. Well, folks, what can you say? I mean, he nailed it. He said it better than I did with the one missing leg anecdote. This dude doesn't like it. He know he got schooled. It was his Waterloo.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
Whatever.
Yeesh, you ain't no woman, boy. You ain't no woman, boy.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
Please! Jesus Christ.
Don't look at me like that. Don't cry. It is a mental disorder, folks. And I don't say that to be mean. That trans scum, that lowlife, young woman who wanted to be a man and that went and killed 6 people, including 3 9-year-old children. It's crazy world we're living in now. It's been said many times by many people. Right is wrong. Wrong is right. It's incredible. It's incredulous. But these are the times we are living in. And you don't have to believe in scripture. Many people have said it. Many secular people have said it. Many atheists have said it. Just open your eyes, open your ears, and you hear it. Because you believe you're female, you're a female. If you believe you're a flamingo, you're a flamingo. The rest of us see it for what it is. Delusional foolishness. The emperor has no new clothes here. And with that being said, we shall wrap this up. Folks, hit that like button. If you agree with this video, subscribe if you haven't already done so. And please hit that notification bell so that you'll always be forewarned that I'm ready to drop another video. And as always, be safe, and I bid you peace.
You can't have periods either. You had a sex change, Mr. Garrison, but you don't have ovaries or a womb. You don't produce eggs.
But I paid $5,000 to be a woman. This would mean I'm not really a woman. I'm just a guy with a mutilated penis.
Basically, yes.
Oh boy, do I feel like a jackass.
You need to settle down and mind your business, okay?